Hey Self-Love Crew, what it do? It's Erica and I'm back with another video. So today's video, we are learning how to make whipped body butter. I'm going to show you how I make my body butter. It's very fluffy, it's very soft, and it melts like butter on your skin. So stay tuned. Here are the supplies that you will need to make your creamy whipped body butter. Okay, so let's get into this. Making your skincare or your body butter. For video purposes, I went ahead and weighed and measured my shea butter and my beeswax. I weighed out my coconut oil. I haven't weighed out my sweet almond oil, but these are the ingredients used as well as needed when making shea butter. So you'll need a bowl to melt your stuff. You'll need beeswax. You'll measure that out. You'll measure out your shea butter. I have alcohol, 91%. This is for sanitation purposes. I have a spoon and another spoon and a spatula. I have a measuring cup, which I've already measured out my coconut oil. You need a pipette to pipette your fragrance oil out of. So you'll need your fragrance oil. My fragrance oil of choice today is oatmeal milk and honey because I'm actually getting ready to make some body butters. Sweet almond oil, you'll need a KitchenAid. Now, I ordered this, I think it was either Amazon or Target, but this is a miniature KitchenAid. I will be investing in a bigger one at a later time. Also, if you don't have a KitchenAid, a hand blender will do just fine. I like this because that way when your butter is mixing, you don't have to stand and watch it. You know, it'll mix on its own while you're getting other things prepped and prepared. You're also going to need gloves and you're going to need a scale. Again, you're going to need a scale because you're going to want to weigh out your products. So for video purposes, I've already weighed out my products, but these are the things you need. You will also need your jar that you're going to put your body butter in. I offer 2 size jars for my products, which is a 2 ounce and an 8 ounce. So, as stated, the first thing that you're going to do, you are going to measure out your products. Be sure that when you use your scale, that you be sure to tear out the scale. What I mean by that is it'll have a number on it. Once you cut it on, it'll have a number. So once you put your product on it, or a bowl or whatever, it does this. So when you tear it out, you want to get it to 0, and then you proceed to put your product in there, and it will begin to catch the weight of whatever is going into the bowl. So be sure to measure out everything. Once you've measured out your products, the next thing you want to do is get them melted. Now, there are 3 ways that you can melt your product. One is the double boiler, which that consists of a bowl or a pan on the stove, and it has water in it, and you get that water hot and it boils, and then you place your bowl on top of that pan, and what happens is the heat and the steam begins to heat up the bottom of the pan, which in turn begins to melt the product. The second way you can do it, which is the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to put it on low heat, but I'm going to place this bowl on the stove. And the third way you can do it is you can put it in the microwave and you can melt it. I will not be doing that. I would be doing option 2. Once I've melted my products and got the butter and the beeswax melts down, then I will add my coconut oil, and I will begin to, once I pour that into that on the stove, I'll begin to stir it and melt that down. Once that's melted, then I will come back and I will measure out my sweet almond oil, and there we'll just mix all the products together and let it sit. So let's go melt these products. And as you all know, it doesn't take coconut oil that long to melt. So don't forget to measure out your other ingredients, your carrier oil. Now you can use any kind of carrier oil that you choose to. My choice is sweet almond oil, but if you have a nut allergy, then you probably should choose another type of hard butter, because shea butter has a nut in it. Sweet almond oil, it's a nut in it. So always be sure to know what your allergies are. And like I said, your carrier oil, it could be apricot oil, fractionated coconut oil, it could be sweet almond oil, it could be grapeseed oil, it could be sunflower oil, it could be safflower oil, but it's just your preference and whatever you choose to use. Again, my choice is sweet almond oil. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in there as well. And like I said, I've already turned off the fire, off the stove. So we're going to get all of that out of there. And I just mix this around too. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this off of the eye so that this can begin to cool down. I will let this sit for approximately 10 minutes. I'm going to set this timer on the stove for 10 minutes to let it cool down. Once it cools down, I'm going to place it in the freezer, and then I will leave it in the freezer for 25 minutes. After it comes out of the freezer, I will put it on the KitchenAid and begin to blend the products. So we're going to let this cool down for 10 minutes. Now you don't have to do this. You do not have to do this. You can omit this step. But I chose to do it because sometimes the butter, the breakdown of the butter sometimes has little particles in it, and I don't want that in my butter. So this is what I do. What I'm going to do is set this for an additional 15 minutes to continue letting it cool off. Just kind of let it cool, because if you put it back in if you put your oil in the freezer too soon, the beeswax will harden back up, and then you'll have all of those beeswax pebbles when you begin to start whipping your body butter. So this is almost done draining. Yep, almost finished. Too hot for it to go in the freezer, but I'm going to put the mixing bowl in the freezer. Alright, y'all, we'll just place this in the freezer, and it is in the freezer. I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my work area. So I like to work on this little place mat. Normally what I would do though, when I know I'm making a lot of Again, if you have not visited my website, feel free to check it out. My website is Self-Love in a Jar. That's www.selfloveinajar.com. Again, that's www.selfloveinajar.com. Selfloveinajar.com. And feel free to browse the website. I also have gift sets on the website as well. So let's check our body rub. Now it's only been here for 5 minutes according to the stove. So we're gonna let it go. And we're gonna go ahead and lock this on to the